Welcome back, folks. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's talk weather. Right now, as we take a look outside at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, we've got those overcast skies as we're kind of looking out a little bit more southwest than what we typically do on the tower cam, because we've got some storms starting to roll on in the next couple of hours. Now, speaking of those southern regions, Montrose has some low visibility in those higher elevation regions alongside, of course, those overcast skies throughout those southern valleys. And we're going to notice in our weather headlines that temperatures are still remaining above averages as these storms are rolling on through, with rain showers, of course, starting tonight here locally. And snow is expected in those higher elevation regions as we look into Friday and even throughout the majority of Saturday. We're also going to notice weather warnings active right now. We've got a winter storm warning in Mesa County at least until Sunday at 5 a.m. And it's not just in Mesa County. We have it in those surrounding regions down that I-70 corridor and even spreading down towards that Four Corners region. And, well, this is how that storm is rolling on in. We're going to notice that with this pretty wide band of storms comes a cold front, so that's going to give us a little bit of a decrease in temperatures, but that 9 p.m. hour is giving us those rainstorms through the valley. But then we're going to fast forward a little bit into that Friday 11 a.m. hour, widespread through the San Juans and through those central mountains, still with a little bit of some residual moisture locally. But as we look into Saturday, that's really starting to push a little bit further east and hammering essentially those northern and those central mountains locally, leaving us with clear skies as we wrap up Saturday and get into Sunday, and as that storm moves across. Now, a closer look on how the storm's moving on through, we'll notice tomorrow morning, the San Juans, Durango, even as we look towards Alamosa and Pagosa Springs, some snow, and same through that I-70 corridor. We're fast forwarding into Friday afternoon, widespread through, again, those same types of regions I just mentioned. And again, by the time we kind of get into those Friday evening hours, it's really starting to push more focus through those central and those northern mountains. Now, our futurecast is going to show, well, 8 p.m. tonight, rainstorms, Fruita, Mac, Loma. Definitely, well, make sure those car windows are rolled on up because that's where the majority of that precipitation will land tonight. Then we're fast forwarding 9 p.m. The San Juans are looking at that first snowfall, 1 a.m. on Friday. Still some rain through the Four Corners region, but all that precipitation, all that moisture that could have affected us locally is moving on out. And by the time we get into Friday, 9 a.m. hours, we're waking up, snow through the San Juans, down that I-70 corridor as well. 2 p.m. on Friday, also still looking at those widespread storms before they really start to disperse late Friday night, and then another round headed on in Saturday morning. But again, by those Saturday late evening hours is when that will start to move on out of the region, just leaving us with some partly cloudy skies as we look towards Sunday. Now, just how much snow might we get in some of those areas? By the time we wrap up this storm system on Saturday evening, we are looking at 19 inches in Steamboat Springs, 17 through Aspen, Telluride 20, but a lot of these other regions, even in Montrose, we are looking at single digits. Now, our storm team's predictions, rather than these models' predictions, are going to show us that minimal through Montrose and Grand Junction, Edwards and Vail, Steamboat, Wolf Creek, Durango, looking at double digits. Discovery Auto Group's 7-day forecast still has those warmer temperatures sticking around. By the time we even get into the early work week, we're popping back up into those 50s. And same kind of trend for Montrose, just a few degrees cooler.